Hello, guys. It's Christmas Eve. We're going to spend it with you all. It is Christmas, the season of perpetual hope. You know what movie that's off of? Comment down below. I'm going to do a couple little Easter egg things throughout the movie. So if you know what movie that's off of, again, comment down below. So, we're going to do a lot of things like that. You know, just little things off of movies like, it's a clinker! You know what that's off of? I've been doing it for the past 2 days. My wife absolutely hates that now because we've had nothing but clinkers around here. I'm getting ready to edit that video. We froze up at negative 30 degrees. We unthawed it, had a leak, a major leak, a geyser. Then we fixed the geyser. We had another geyser. Then we was getting the parts to fix that geyser, and Mount Vesuvius erupted in the house. Just blew the lid right off of it, had water shooting to the ceiling. Had to get Jaden to go and shove a towel on it while I ran out wet from head to toe to cut it off in 5-degree weather. I came in, my beard was froze, my hair was froze, my arms were froze, everything was froze. Yeah, so that's why I've been going around, going, it's a clinker! Again, if you know what that's off of, you get the analogy. Who shut off the damper again? Flim flam, blah, 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 blam. My father spun a yard of the most illustrious. I can't remember the other part of how it goes. I'll think of it again before long. Anyway, he basically was saying my father cusses like crazy. I don't cuss, but I'll start going flim flam, blim blam, blam blam blam. Like that's my way of, I guess, cussing. And anyways, we're here and we're going to talk about Christmas because it's important. And so, kind of talk about today. So I sat down and I was. Kevin Forty had posted up a thing that said, his, 12 part of the 12 days of Christmas for him. He said, go down there, comment below one of your memories. And it didn't have to do with gardening. And I sat there and I thought, it's Christmas Eve, and I can remember probably from the time I was 5, Christmas. And the magic of Christmas, the magic of Santa coming and dropping presents off, and you waking up and here's all this stuff, and you're like, wow. But there were times, because I grew up and there, Dad worked in the coal mines, and then Dad got put off work from the coal mines, and then he went to work as a butcher at the local grocery store. So there was some years for a while that there wasn't a lot of money. And what money there was because either my mom and dad sold some things that they loved and treasured themselves in order for us to have. Here, what are you doing? Okay, mommy's coming.
It's like the real one where he got his hand stuck in the jar.
So, anyways, Mom and Dad would, sell things and buy Christmas for us. But there was years where times were tough and we didn't have anything. And I can remember Dad going and building us wooden cars. Checker boxes is what we called the other thing that he made us. And what it was is he worked at the grocery store. Produce would come and it had wooden ends and then cardboard for the center, and they would staple the cardboard to the 2 wooden ends, and Dad would get those, bring them home, bust the cardboard off of them, and keep the wood on the 2 ends. And he would make things from them, and one of those things was the checker boxes, and they was like 12 by 12 by 12. All right, and he would make a checkerboard for the lid, and that would be the lid to the box, and you could put anything you wanted in it. And that Christmas, I got a Boy Scout set of utensils, which was a knife, a spoon, and a fork. Well, butter knife, spoon, and a fork. and they all fit together and locked in on each other, and then went in this little pouch thing. And that was one of the things in there, along with my wooden checkers that Dad used a hole saw, drilled the wood, and then painted the checkers colors that we liked. So that was Christmas a couple of times. You know, and like I said, we had some things, and yeah, there was good Christmases, but some years was hard. For whatever reason, they were hard. Okay? And on those years, they tried their best to do whatever they had to do to make it. And there was 6 of us. And so, you know, Dad, one year, you know, for Christmas, got me this. Right here. And this thing is awesome. I mean, it's really, really cool. And what it is, it's old coins. All right. And I love old coins. I collect old coins. I've loved old coins since I was a kid. I think it was between 8 and 10 when Dad made this. It was an exceptionally hard year that year. And he made it. And, you know, I was excited when I got it. I put it right up on my wall. You know, it was an awesome Christmas present. I would just stand there and look on my wall at these coins, right? And, you know, when I was a kid, I loved coins. I had tons of coins, but these were the best right here. I mean, and I had tons. I had a huge thing of coins. And anybody that went out of country, you know, if I knew them, they were going out, I said, hey, could you bring me some coins back? I'd beg them for them, and they would bring me coins back, and you know, we'd get them at different places. If I got Christmas money, I would go to the local coin shop in the mall and buy coins. So I had a lot of coins. I had trouble keeping them in those little cardboard things with the plastic on them when I was a kid. I'd like to get them out and look at them and actually touch them and handle them, and didn't understand why. I had a really pretty Susan B. Anthony. It was mint. I mean, mint. Paid like $13 for it. Loved that thing. I just could not stand it, so I took it out. And do you know, for years, you know, we thought it was going to get tarnished and everything. For years, I took and had it in a handkerchief, wrapped up in a handkerchief in a plastic bag, and that's how I kept it for years. Never did look tarnished or anything, or circulated or nothing. That's just how I kept it. Well, anyways, you know, I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of baseball cards. I started collecting baseball cards when I was 5 or 6. Had Trapper Keepers full of them. Probably had 20,000, 30,000 baseball cards, you know, baseball, football, basketball. I had a whole Trapper Keeper full of Michael Jordans, a whole Trapper Keeper full of Mark McGuire's and Sammy Sosa's. So you know, I had a lot of cards, a lot of good ones, whole sets of tops. You know, Don Russ and all that stuff, Fleer, and I mean, just unimaginable coins, Hot Wheels cars. You know, first Hot Wheels car that I bought and kept in the pack was a Scorching Scooter in 1997. We went to the Milton Flea Market, and Dad, I seen this Scorching Scooter. It was a motorcycle, and I wanted it. And it was like $10 or something. And Dad was like, I'm paying $10 for that. I wanted it really bad, and the guy said, listen, said, if you'll keep it in the pack, this thing will be of tremendous value. Tremendous value? I want to play with it, Jack. I want some tremendous value. Be gone with your tremendous value. I want to play. And he explained to me and everything. And after he got done explaining, I was like, all right, I'll bite. And bite I did. 1998, I had the complete 1998 first edition set, all 48 cars. Tons of other sets, ones of, you know, 1 through 4, you know, because they had small sets back then, like 1 through 4. And they like the Hershey set and this set and that set, you know. So anyways, had them all. Hundreds of thousands of Hot Wheels cars, guys. I still got a bunch of them out there. Not all of them from that collection. I only have a few left from that collection. But I still collect Hot Wheels cars. I still collect coins. I've got coins in there that are worth tons of money. And I would sell any of them before I would sell this right here. Here's the thing. Mom and Dad later on in life, I was in the Army, and they went their ways. They split up. And I lost all my Hot Wheels. I lost all my basketball and baseball, football cards. I lost all my toys, all my memories. I lost. I had just a handful of them that escaped, and that was I lost my first recurve bow that I ever got. I cut grass for it. Bob Snyder's Grass is who I cut, and he gave me a brand new Ben Pearson recurve bow. That was the first one that I shot a deer with. The following year, my daddy bought me a compound bow. Took me 2 years before I could pull it back, but he bought it for me. And he would wake me up so I'd go hunting every Saturday morning. I went by myself. He'd wake me up and I'd go. I'd go climb the mountain and I'd go up there and hunt deer by myself. And, you know, there was a lot of things that I lost. I lost my first spike that I killed, my 7 and my 8 point that I killed right before I left to go to the Army when I was 17. I killed them that November. I left that January to go into the Army. And so I lost a lot of memories, a lot of good things. I lost all my coins that I had collected. And so in 2009, Dad comes to the house. And Dad always wrapped his packages in this brown paper stuff. You know, sometimes you get it in, I think it's packing paper or something. Sometimes you get it in packages, right? You'll get this big wad of brown paper. And Dad showed up to the house. He always wrapped it. You always knew if it was from Dad because it was wrapped in that brown paper with twine, or jute rope is what we would call it. He would wrap it with the brown paper and the jute rope. And he shows up and he hands me like that. And I'm like, man, that feels familiar. What that has the weight of something. What is that? That feels familiar. And as my mind's running, trying to figure out why does this feel familiar, I'm unwrapping it and I'm going, is this the coins? And unwrap it and there it is. All these coins. Morgan Silver dollar, Eisenhower, Susan B. Anthony, Barber $50, Kennedy $50, let me see, Barber V nickel, or no, Barber quarter, no, I'm wrong. Regular 1963 quarters, bicentennial quarters, Mercury dimes, Roosevelt dimes, V nickels, Indian head nickels, Buffalo nickels, Jefferson nickels, all these Indian head pennies. This right here is a humongous penny right there. 1940, or excuse me, 1840. 1840 is when that was made. All these wheat pennies, still wheat pennies, okay? So I open that up, you know, and I'm like, well, I thought that was lost. I thought that was gone forever, you know, and I'm like just overtaken by emotion that he had saved it. He had somehow went into the house and got it and saved it, and it didn't get lost with all the other stuff because my mom just said, open house, come in and take it. Take whatever. And people did, you know. But Dad had got in there before this had got gone, and he saved it, and he gave it back for Christmas in 2009. And guys, it means a lot. Here's why. He wrote a card, and you know, he was talking about it in the card and said, you know, he was reluctant to give this to an 8 to 10 year old boy because it wasn't shiny, it wasn't fancy, it was just something that he thought I would like because he knew I liked coins. And he you know, he wasn't sure though if I'd like it or not. He wasn't sure if it was to the Christmas standard, you know, of not that there is a Christmas standard, but in kids make it very tough for parents sometimes because we make them think that their best sometimes is not enough. when their best is all we should ask for. And so he wrote that letter, and I get to read his understanding when his thought process and everything as he had made this back then when I was 8 or 10 years old. And seeing that and understanding, I was taken back. And I think it's good to remember, these things, because like I said, I can remember the catalog. Man, we would wear that catalog out from October to December, just flipping through the pages, finding what we wanted, and and loving every bit of it. I'd jump right to the guitars, there's, and in fact, go get the picture on the thing. Sadly, I just got this picture not long ago, and somehow it got messed up. But I got a picture. It's on my dresser. I got a picture of me with one of my guitars that I had gotten for Christmas. I got an acoustic one year and an electric guitar the next year. They tried their best to give us our best, the best that they had. And sometimes their best might not have been up to what some people would have thought was standard. Building a wooden car or a checker box or this coin thing, right? But I loved it because, Dad had these coins in a treasure box. And inside that treasure box was all these coins where he kept his coins and his marbles, right? And I, as a kid, would go over and get in it and start digging and looking through his coins and looking in the marbles. I was so fascinated with it. And it was just a little old treasure box. It looked like a treasure box, had the shape of a treasure box, just tiny. Probably like a jewelry box or something back then, but But anyhow, this is messed up. But you can see my dad's there shining boots, and there I am with my acoustic guitar. And I hate that happened. This was a perfect picture, and I do not know what happened. It's just like it just started rubbing off. So I don't know. It's kind of aggravating, but it is what it is. But there he is, shining his boots. He had redid this, and this was our bedroom at one time, and Dad redone the whole thing and turned it into the living room and stuff. And I wasn't very old there. I was probably 7 maybe there, something like that. So anyways, there was a lot of hard times, and hard times are okay. And don't ever think as a parent that just because you're having a hard year and you can't get your kids what they want, that you're the failure or something, because you're not. You can do the best you can for your kids, and if you have to, you make them something out of scratch. I guarantee you, if they're anything like me, they're going to understand, and they're going to love it. We loved those wooden cars. We thought they were cool. We loved those checker boxes. We thought they were awesome. We thought them checker boxes was awesome. We just sit there and play checkers all day, and pack them full of stuff. It was our little treasure boxes. What they turned out to be for us. We loved that stuff. It meant a lot, and I think it meant more than the toy stuff, because I can remember all the toys. I remember the things. But this is what stuck. This is what's been around. This is what my dad went and saved, so that we didn't lose it, and then turned around and give it back to me, and I thought it was lost. I thought it was lost, and I ain't gonna lie, I was filled with emotions that Dad got it and gave it back, because I did. I thought it was gone and lost like everything else, and I'm blessed that he went and got it back, and that he seen it and took time to get it off the wall, because there's these big screw holes right here where we screwed it to the wall. He took the time to route this out with a router. He took the time. This is a solid piece of cardboard. He took the time to trace every one of those coins and cut every one of them out without going through the back. This is the same. This is, old. Let me see. If I was 8, this is 30 years old now. So, almost 39. I'm almost 39. I'll be 39 in January on the 4th. So, This is cool. This is awesome. This is what Christmas is about. This is giving the gift that's sacrifice, because he sacrificed his best to give it to me. This was his best. This was all his coins. This was his treasure, and he sacrificed it so I could have it. Sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? Because Jesus was the sacrifice of his Father. God sacrificed Jesus. He let him come to earth. He gifted him to us. And so, isn't it appropriate that on this Christmas Eve, I'm recognizing the sacrifice that my Father gave me in making this, taking the time to make it, the love and the attention that it took to do it, to route it out, to cut it out, to cut out all the individual coins and put them in there. Because trust me, it's not easy to get them in there. Trust me. And the time and everything that was put into this, everything, thought process, all of it. Then to go and save it again and give it back. Okay? If you think about it, God does the same thing. God gifted us his best. God sacrificed his best, which was Jesus. And Jesus became the propitiation for our sins, for us. And that was God's best. And that's what we're celebrating, is Christ. Okay? It's not all the flashy bells and whistles. It's not all the toys. It's not all the noise. It's this stuff. It's the small things, and it's God, it's Christ, and it's recognizing the goodwill in men, right? The driving force and what men, all people, have. Sometimes people do odd things and are bad, yes, but the majority of people are like this, and they understand that, and I think it's inherently given to us by our Creator that we are inherently, givers. Okay, not all of us, but a lot of us. We want to do the best for our children. It's the same as God did for Jesus, and what Jesus and God does for us. They gave our best so that we might live, and we might be able to have better. And so, on this Christmas, let's remember, what Christmas is about. Let's remember the past Christmases. Let's enjoy our family. Let's enjoy our friends. Let's take time and thank those who paved the way for us and showed us how to be kind and considerate and loving, and how to have a good Christmas even when there might not be a lot to give. It might not be a lot of money to spend, but we got this, right? And you guys give the best you can, and don't ever let anybody make you feel that because you didn't get the biggest and the best, newest thing out there on the market, that it was any less of a Christmas for your children, because all those toys, they're all gone. But this is here. So, Dad, if you're watching, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We still have it. We love it. It's just as good today as it was the day you gave it. And it's I had to do a little work on it today. Had to put a little wood glue to it. But we got it, and we treasure it, and we keep it, and we love it. So thank you. Now I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna read to my children. So guys, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Have a great and wonderful day tomorrow. Be blessed. Have fun. Enjoy your friends and your family and your children. All right, and remember what it's about. So guys, we'll see you next time right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia. See ya. Boom.